So ready for a start here at the Telstra Dome. It's Collingwood in 7th spot with a 3-win, 2-loss record. Sydney in 9th with 2 wins and 3 losses. And in the first ruck, it is Ball, who was fantastic last week against McKee. First possession goes to Kirk, who handballs into space. Gathered by Burns to Buckley. Doesn't manage to break the tackle, but unloads the handball to Clement. Back to Burns, got run down and caught, and it's a free kick to Sydney for throwing the ball.
And I think umpire Sheehan got it right.
And he was into the action early. Matthews to Maxfield, who kicked a magnificent goal to help Sydney win it last week, but Prestigiacomo in the way for the Magpies, who are able to transfer it comfortably. And Williams on either side. Paul running hot for the Swans, and his kick not flash. And it's comfortable for Leo Barry on the wing, dock side of the ground, and working it inside to Jude Bolton.
Early stages, Tim, but Hall at centre-half forward. Goods back at full forward.
And a chorus of boos for Nick Davis's first kick.
3 former Magpies in the Sydney team, of course. Davis, and we also have Williams and also Shawball. So plenty of Magpie flavour in the Swans lineup.
Shawball playing at centre-half back on Anthony Rocker.
Cloak to the wing. Buckley couldn't hang on to it, but did well enough to get it to Batheris, who pumps it inside 50. Getting to the front is Tarrant. No free kick. Woden got the handball away to O'Brien. Good hard tackling by Sydney at the moment. There's Batheris again. Tarrant, but again the umpires ping Collingwood for a throw.
Here it is. Thanks, Shane.
Coming back to Ty Kennelly, I think.
Yes, and Chris Tarrant in picture. I think his opponent is Saddington.
In fact, it's Bolton with the free kick, and boy, has he recovered.
Well, he got knocked out last week up there in that Anzac Day game.
So Craig Bolton has possession. He gives it to Paul Williams.
Placing the kick and not placing it well. In fact, delivering it straight to Batheris, whose kick is delightful. Andy Williams again, and he has a man loose in the 50. Woden. Only 30 metres out. Just about directly in front. And a chance for the first goal of the match.
Well, it was good switch of play. They took the ball from one half forward flank into the middle corridor and then out to the other forward pocket. And this man in picture, Woden, started on the wing and he just pushed into that forward 50. He read the play. He could see what was unfolding, and he ended up taking that mark 10 metres clear of an opponent.
The latest of Collingwood's Foreign Legion. Coming from Melbourne rather than Sydney, stabbing left footer. Goal umpire moves west. It's a bad miss. First score, a disappointing result for Collingwood.
Have you seen Woden's first? And welcome back to the Telstra Dome. Our humblest of apologies. We've had a massive loss of power here at the Dome, but we're back in action now as Darren Creswell unloads from 50 metres. And I think it's just touched on the line, or is it a goal? It's a goal to the Sydney Swans. And Darren Creswell gets Sydney second. They're 2 straight goals. The Magpies are 1-1-7. We've been going 10 minutes in this first quarter. As I said, we had a massive loss of power here at the Telstra Dome.
This ball's coming back, Stephen. In fact, I think they thought it was out of bounds when Barry Hall took the ball. Now, that was a couple of passages of play before the ball got into the forward line to Creswell. Barry Hall took it near the boundary line. I thought he stayed inside, but the boundary umpire was there, and he finally got the field umpire's notice.
It's stiff for the Swans. The goal was home and hosed, it seemed. Burns receives from Clement. Sloppy old kick into the middle. Crouch does well and sets up Goods. Swans still dangerous. O'Loughlin started well. Does beautifully. Maxfield can balance on the preferred side, and he has rammed it home. And the Swans kick the goal.
Well, once again, we'd like to apologise. We've had a massive loss of power here at the Telstra Dome. And this was an incident just before where Sydney went on to kick a goal, but Barry Hall had stepped over the line. But we've had a massive loss of power. We can tell you now we've been going 11 minutes into the first quarter. It's Sydney 2 straight goals. The goals have gone to Fosdyke from a set shot and Stuart Maxfield that just kicked the goal then, while Collingwood are 1-1-7. And their goal was kicked by Jared Malloy, a nice snap almost on the boundary line. So, as I said, once again, we've had a massive loss of power here at the Telstra Dome, but we're back in action. And as I said, we've been going 11 and a half minutes in this first quarter. It's the Swans leading by 5 points as once again they go into attack. Paul Williams unloads with a monster goal. The Swans get their third. Well, they've done most of the attacking early, Robert Walls, and they're looking very switched on, Sydney.
Well, they're getting the ball out of the centre breaks, and we see Williams there on the burst. Paul Lucuria is playing on Williams, and once he gets that ball, he is so quick. He backs himself, and he took the ball as far as he possibly could because he's a thumping long kick, and he made no mistake there. And at the moment, in the midfield, you've got players like Williams and Maxfield and Creswell getting plenty of the ball. Already, a little bit of panic in the Collingwood camp. We see Josh Fraser coming in as a forward to do the ruck work with McKee, spare man in defence.
Collingwood kicked the first. The Swans have kicked 3 on the trot.
Let him up.
Secondary bounce here.
Easy. Fair tackle.
And it's not a bad idea by Mick Malthouse. 3 quick goals, you've got to act. You can't let 3 go into 4, go into 5. So he's just shored up his defence. Have a look at the number of players around that umpire. No wonder they get crashed into.
Corin Rowe and Sean Ryan with the veteran Brian Sheehan tonight. And it's a Collingwood free kick. And the fans reckon they were due one.
Free kicks 4-2 at the moment in favour of Sydney. Has taken the mark at half forward is Cloak. Now he decides to square it up to centre half forward. His target's Malloy. Lucuria, the little dish to Buckley, to Fraser, 48 metres out. Blazes away, but misses badly, and in the end hits the behind post on the full. So it's a free kick to Sydney in the back pocket. Leading stat getters so far, Malloy 5, Betheris, Burns, Clement, Buckley 4 each for Collingwood. Creswell 6, Maxfield and Williams 4 apiece for Sydney. As ball marks on the City side of the ground, wing position, plays on to half forward. Beautiful pass, hits Hall on the chest. He wastes no time. Once again, Sydney inside 50, O'Loughlin.
Gee, it's a great passage of play from the full back line out to the back flank to the big ruckman ball. And it was a good kick. And Barry Hall is acknowledging the kick from ball. And then we'll see it here. Hard and low makes it really easy for Barry. He plays on. And again, it's a good finish to get the ball across to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin playing on Loney.
So Michael O'Loughlin, who found a bit of touch last week, has had an injury-interrupted pre-season. Made the 2 games for the 3 goals. He's directly in front, kicking from about 47 metres out. Good-looking kick, and the Swans have got their 4th. So 4 straight goals, 24. It's the Swans off to a flyer. Collingwood in a spot of bother, Robert Walls, at 1-1-7.
Well, they are. They got the first goal through Malloy, and since then, well, it's just been bang, 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 Sydney. And they've done it really, well, just with good play-on football and accurate foot passing to leading forwards. And a wonderful finish there from Michael O'Loughlin. And again, extra players shored up in the Collingwood defence. Nick Davis in picture. He's starting in the goal square at full forward for Sydney, and Clement his opponent.
Swans by 17 points. Perfect bounce from Sean Ryan. Bouncing been brilliant this weekend so far in the matches I've seen. Woden sprays it wide. Barry has it covered. Thinks about coming back in and has the confidence to do it. Good smother by Holland on Shauble's kick. Swans cool under pressure. Ball. Little haphazard in the delivery. They really are hitting the ball hard, though. Matthews receives from Williams. Sets up O'Loughlin, one out. Well played by Loney. Swans arriving in numbers again. Loney will have to be good. Matthews is everywhere. Mown down by Woden. And Collingwood away, but not for long. Loney's kick straight to Maxfield. And the Swans will rebuild.
And they really are running in numbers at the moment, Sydney. Maxfield's got it on the wing.
Sydney keeping their midfielders out of the forward line, just trying to create a bit of space for Hall and Goods and Davis.
Matthews to Hall once again. The pass is perfect.
And Goods is screaming out, get it long. Look, Barry Hall could kick this goal. He's a long way out, but he's capable of kicking it. And I think he should go for it. He should go for it, and Goods just set himself for the big fly.
Hall goes to the tip of the goal square. His target is Goods. Got both hands on it, couldn't hang on to it. Now a little bit of soccer, very clever. But it's snared for the Magpies just in the nick of time by Licuria. Boy, they under the pump at the moment, Collingwood. Licuria on the left, goes long, but it's all Sydney. Schauble couldn't hang on to it, but managed to win the football now to Matthews. And here come the Swans again, Saddington. To Fosdyke, on the left into the pocket. O'Loughlin can't hang on to it. Play on, says the umpire. Buckley's down there in the back pocket at the moment. He's tackled high by Kirk, but the umpire says, I'll ball it up.
And Brett Kirk, number 31 for Sydney, he's the tag on Nathan Buckley. Buckley in picture, averaging 21 kicks a game and 9 handballs. Now, that's a lot of ball, 30 possessions a game.
And Rob, the much vaunted Collingwood midfield being chopped up early. Matthews, Creswell, Maxfield and Williams have had 23 disposals between them in the opening half of the first quarter. Swans attacking hard again. Clement, nowhere to go. Fosdyke takes it over the line. It's clear of the 50. Swans by 17 points.
What we might see here, Tim, is Barry Hall do the ruck work. Now, Barry Hall, as a key forward, is a very good ruckman.
Plenty of coaching from the umpires, and now a free kick. And it goes Collingwood's way. Didn't see for what. Holland back into the jaws where Prestigiacomo has the 50 to himself and decides to have a rare bounce. Not an act he executes frequently on the field. Tarrant's had to come a long way from home. In fact, he's on the other side of the centre. That's a soaring kick for Rocker. Sets him up beautifully. What a lovely kick. Malloy, who kicked the first goal of the game, tries a bit of Dacos.
He does.
Don't give up the day job, Jared.
And in picture there on far left, Andrew Ireland, who is football director with Sydney, formerly the CEO of Brisbane Lions.
Craig Bolton in the back pocket. Gives it to Kennelly, who backs himself. Got run down. Umpire said play on. Now Bolton's in trouble. He lost it also. Still no free kick. Umpire Sheen's right on the spot. The ball's now in dispute. Tarrant grabs it. Tackled by Fosdyke. Spills to Saddington. Now it's Sydney's turn under the pump. And Saddington's kick is very, very clever. Finds the boundary line for a throw in.
And found the line at the feet of Michael O'Loughlin, who is off and being walked around the boundary.
And that's why, perhaps, only a little corky. Throw in. Ball got the tap. Fraser attacks it. There's Williams. Now Licuria to O'Brien. Tarrant's one out with Saddington. They're wrestling off the ball. Almost Tarrant. He's tackled and tackled very hard and high. And that's got to be a Collingwood free kick.
Well, that was a crude tackle by Shawble. There was no need for that. Good play by Saddington to push back on Tarrant. And that is, well, it wasn't Shawble who put the tackle on. I think it might have been Leo Barry. And, gee, costly. No need for that. He just had to put the arms around the waist, wrap him up, not go over the neck. And he deserves this free kick.
Boy, the Maggies need this one. Tarrant should goal from here. And he slots it through for Collingwood second.
Well, Chris Tarrant in picture. He's played mainly at full forward in this first quarter. You can see Saddington coming back, putting a bit of body pressure on Tarrant to make sure he couldn't mark. And then the crazy free kick cost Sydney a goal.
Saddington did well, didn't he? And
He did.
under a strict interpretation, might have won a free himself.
And we can see Paul Kelly, the runner for Sydney, captain for so many years. And there's Didak in picture. His opponent, Jared Crouch. Crouch will stay by his side all night.
Kelly sharing the duties with another former Swan and Demon, Stephen Tingay. McKee wins out of the middle, and the Magpies are counter-attacking now. Poor old bounce for Collingwood. Tarrant still arrives first. Lost it to Fosdyke. Well tackled. Collingwood lifting here, and Buckley wins a free. Boy, didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah, super tackle though, Tim.
Still, it did seem to defy the prior opportunity interpretation. Buckley's ball, 75 out.
He's held onto it a long while.
Collingwood are prepared to be patient. Licuria now still too far out. Magpies looking for one to get back within a kick. Former Swan, two-time Collingwood best and fairest. Goes long to the talls. Malloy climbed and might have used his hands. He's not happy. It's the Swans' ball in the last line. 5 minutes left in the quarter and telling minutes here to determine the honours in this opening term. Here's Jared Malloy.
Yeah,
the launch.
Ambitious.
It was. He still didn't get very high.
Don't tell him that.
24 plays 14. But a very eventful first quarter here at the Telstra Dome. As Matthews goes to half-back and a spectacular mark taken by Goods. He's off and running, wobbles one to half forward and fortunately falls in the arms of Barry Hall. No doubt about that mark. Collingwood fans don't like it. Oh, and the lead's on. Good hard running by Goods. That is excellent hard work from Adam Goods. And he will now line up for goal. 45 angle, 45 out.
It was excellent play by Goods. He took the spectacular mark on the half-back flank, got the ball forward to Barry Hall, and then he just pushed himself forward, willed himself forward at least 100 metres. And his opponent, Jason Cloak, just didn't go with him, just couldn't close him down. And that's just good creative running.
So it's the Swans by 10 points. Adam Goods, this is certainly kickable. The former rising star of 1999. Lines up, and he's missed, and missed badly to the left. Just sneaked home for one behind.
O'Loughlin's still off. The Swans have just interchanged their ruckman too. Ball coming off, and the 18-year-old Mickeljohn, who debuted last week, very mature-looking 18-year-old, is into the fray. Clement receiving from Loney. Collingwood with some magnificent kicks to the ball in that back half. Burns has just come back for O'Brien. Not really in the game in the early part. Shane O'Brien. Now Licuria. Swan zoning well. Collingwood have to chip it around short.
The last thing they want to do, Tim, is kick it long to a contest. They just want to maintain possession. Just give Sydney every chance to get numbers back, though.
What's that? 5 or 6 disposals, and they're still at the 50. Now Buckley provides the option on the wing, and Collingwood can try and mount something. Trailing by 11 points.
Tarrant pushed up to centre half forward. Anthony Rocker gone back to full forward, making a big lead now.
Old-fashioned chipping football. Buckley up towards the flank. Shawble just missed his target, but Bolton can keep it in. Craig Bolton, that is. Now Kirk, and it's all the Swans. Matthews again having a huge opening quarter. Big, bad, bustling. Well done, Prestigiacomo, both in the air and on the ground. And a canny little kick, and he put a perfect bounce on it for Buckley. No result in the end, but a good save by the staunch Collingwood defender.
It was a good result for Collingwood. Buckley had 4 swans around him, and he was still disappointed he didn't get the football. Such as the high standards he sets. McKee started a lift in the ruck. He got towel up in the first few minutes, but fought back well in the second half of this quarter. On the bottom of the pack there is Mickeljohn. And we'll have a ball up on centre wing, Dockland side.
Interesting team, Collingwood. As far as ruck hit-outs go, they're way down the bottom. But their clearances from these sort of contests, they're one of the best teams in the AFL. So even though they don't get many hit-outs, they take it away from the contest.
Buckley. Free kick for a hold, or a leg, says the umpire. So free kick to Nathan Buckley. Still plenty of time to score in this quarter. The kick was ambitious, but it's come off. Cloak sidesteps Goods. Now he pumps it long. He got dealt with after the kick, and that is a free kick downfield.
No, Stewie, it was late. It was late and unnecessary.
Stewie Maxfield.
Late and unnecessary. Jared.
It was late. It was also milked, I think it's fair to say, but it was late, and the decision's correct.
Well, this man with the ball can take advantage, and it'll be important for Collingwood to fight back after those quick goals by Sydney. They can go in just about square at quarter time. It'll be a good result for the Pies if he can nail this.
Tarrant for his second. Not to be.
Tarrant and Rocker shared the goal kicking honours for Collingwood last year with 38 each, and they're currently level pegging again at 11 apiece. Top of the Collingwood goal kicking tally this season. Now Kennelly, and what a responsibility for a youngster from another football culture.
Yeah, I think he went over the line,
Yeah,
too.
dear.
He may not get that responsibility again for the rest of the night.
It's outside the line. It's got to be behind the line.
And umpire Sheehan is spot on again. You can see that the grounded foot is over the line, so obviously the kicking foot is well over, and that's the right call. It's a bad mistake because it just puts the ball in a dangerous spot for the Pies.
Brian Sheehan eyes like a hawk after 349 and a bit games, and it's a goal to Betheris. Kennelly doubling his error. Well, I think trying to knock it through, but he didn't knock it all the way. Betheris stole it.
Didn't see it. They go away. Didn't see it. Free kick against you, Anthony.
Goods has been put down. It'll be a free kick in the middle of the ground to Sydney.
Free kick to Sydney in the middle of the ground. There was a big melee after that goal, and Goods got put down. The resultant free kick goes to Sydney as Maxfield goes to half forward. Good kick finds Schneider.
He was good last week, this little fella.
Exciting young talent, nominated as the rising star from round 5, and his kick finds Hall.
Now he's just got to settle down and go back and kick a goal. Nick Davis was good in that bit of play. He put a bit of protection on, and Malloy coming from the field, maybe he was the one who put... We'll have a look at it. And we see Malloy and Rocker standing over Goods, and that's why the free kick was given.
Barry Hall down the other end, hasn't bothered the scorers so far. And this is worth only a point. So for all the good work early, Sydney, they only lead by 5 points as we near quarter time.
Magpies have done well to get back. Loney, neatly. Prestigiacomo gives it back to him, and his kicking can be devastating. He's gone to a 1-on-2, though.
As Kinnear just came on to replace Malloy. And you're right, Tim, they'll give the ball to Loney at every opportunity because he's such a good kick.
Ben Kinnear back in Collingwood seniors for the first time since round 3 last year. Fraser and Mickeljohn. Nicely worked out by Kirk to Jude Bolton. McKee should get there. Hall met him well. Or did he? It's a free kick to Collingwood.
Give it to him. Easy. Quick, give it to him. Get it, clear it out. Clear it out. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. Get away.
Well, interesting one, that.
Gee, there's nothing in that
What was
at
the
all,
free
was
kick
there?
for?
Well, I don't know.
That's really harsh on Hall. So Collingwood clear through a lucky free kick. Lucuria through about 3 pairs of hands. Barry tries to split the pack, does so nicely in the end. To Kennelly, to Maxfield, but he'll run out of time. Oh, an eventful first quarter in all sorts of way here at the Telstra Dome. And at quarter time, it is Sydney 4-2-26, leading Collingwood 3-3-21. A game of a quarter of 2 halves, Robert Walls.
Well, it was, and the midfield of Sydney got on top. That was the big thing. We had Matthews with 9 disposals, Creswell, Bolton and Maxfield with 6. Goods was lively across half forward, and we see Barry Hall in picture talking to the umpire. He's probably saying, well, how come the free kick went to McKee back there, because there wasn't too much in that. But look, I think it's a terrific start by Sydney, and Collingwood certainly know that they're in for a game.
So quarter time here at the Telstra Dome, this round 6 match. It's the Sydney Swans leading Collingwood by 5 points.